Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Wednesday to everybody. I've got about 30 to 45 minutes of free time, and I figured I'd jump on. I realized, just like last Wednesday, that this Wednesday it's sometime in the middle of the afternoon. I'm sure a lot of people are at work right now. What I wanted to discuss is what everybody's takeaway so far from the SEC Media Days is. And the ACC Media Days started today. I haven't had a chance to watch any TV today. I don't even know what channel it's on, to be honest with you. I haven't really looked. I could probably look right now. I do know that Nick Saban is supposed to get up and speak today, and that'll clearly be non-telling. What's up, Air Max? Jack Butterworth, hello. From the dressing room 4 at the Victoria Palace Theatre. What did he just say? In London. I'm assuming that you are trolling, sir. Or not trolling, but making a joke. Or maybe you're not. Are you really in London? That would be weird. So this is just a chill and chat session, like I said in the title. Has anybody been paying attention to the media days? Now, that video I made on Coach Orgeron yesterday was obviously just me being an idiot. But what's up, Christopher Goodrich? Hi to you, sir. But everything I said in that video actually came from stuff that he really said. Shut up. Damn dog. Barks more than my wife does. Tom Herman made a fool of himself at Big 12 Media Days. Why do you say that? What did he do? Over or under 2 reporters Saban rants on. Middle line on that. I think that he's going to chew out 2 reporters. Now, one thing I did catch a part of, it wasn't on TV, but I did catch a part of Jeremy Pruitt's session on the radio today. And I caught the very end of it. I didn't hear the whole thing. And what I was most surprised about, to be honest, was the reaction from the SEC network people, Greg McElroy, Paul Feinbaum, and all of them. And they were kissing his ass, man. They were saying, oh, he held the room, and he did great. He's not a great speaker, but he really captured the atmosphere in the room. Oh, I mean, what does that even mean? Did I see the video of what, Pac-12 fan? The other thing was that I wanted to bring up, did anybody see, would I say that Nick Saban is the Bill Belichick of college football? Yes, I would. That's a pretty good comparison, actually. Nothing but crickets when Herman was asked a question. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to go back and watch that Herman interview. I didn't see it. But if you're saying that that's how it was, I definitely want to look at it. Anyway, so Aaron Murray. This was very interesting. This was one of the highlights, actually, of the SEC Media Days. So Aaron Murray was on the ESPNU channel with Greg McElroy. And what's up, Nick Bro? Anyway, Aaron Murray was on there, and they asked Aaron Murray, they were talking about Jeremy Pruitt. And Aaron Murray made a statement. I'm sure you can find this online somewhere if you haven't seen it. That basically, Aaron Murray was the quarterback at Georgia at the same time that Jeremy Pruitt was the defensive coordinator at Georgia. Aaron Murray is no Jeremy Pruitt fan. He came out and said he didn't think that Jeremy Pruitt had the personality to be a head coach, not only in the SEC, but in college football, period. And that he was a jerk to Mark Richt at the time. And that's not even what's so compelling, because a lot of people have been saying that. A lot of people have been saying that Jeremy Pruitt doesn't have the personality to be a head coach in the SEC. what was great about it was Paul Feinbaum's answer. I'm no Paul Feinbaum fan. I think that he's a huge ass kisser of Nick Saban. I think that Feinbaum would marry Nick Saban if he could, if gay marriage was legal in all 50 states. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But Paul Feinbaum has the balls to get on camera on the SEC network and say, how dare Aaron Murray say that? Who cares what Aaron Murray thinks? What is Aaron Murray even doing with his life right now? Nobody cares what you think. Well, I got news for you, Paul Feinbaum. Who cares what you think? Aaron Murray played football in the SEC. Aaron Murray played for Jeremy Pruitt. Well, not on the same side of the ball, but he played on the same team as him. Who cares what you think, Paul Feinbaum? Paul Feinbaum is I can't stand him. I really can't. I don't understand how people listen to him every day. I watch his show every once in a while if there's a topical conversation that's going on. And I respect him as a broadcaster, but as somebody who's supposed to know football, he doesn't know football. He doesn't know football any better than me or you. I promise you that much. I don't know if any of you have thoughts on that whole situation. What I would like to hear is a Georgia fan's response to this, because they know both Pruitt and Aaron Murray very well. A lot better than I do. A lot better than Paul Feinbaum does, too. I just now realized what I was drinking out of. It's a poop emoji cup. Kind of weird. Dan Mullen, Aaron Murray never got a chance to play in the NFL. Kind of sad. Yeah, he was a great quarterback in college, but that doesn't always translate to the NFL. Pruitt showed up at Rick's house telling him that his dumb ass, and he looked back. Pruitt, I'm not sold on him. Hey, what's going on? Bobby Durkin's here. Bobby Durkin in the house. Those are the best cups to drink out of? What, the poop emoji ones? I didn't even realize I had this cup until now. Let's look at them. Smarty Poo, Lucky Poo, Hottie Poo. Anyway, much to do about nothing. What's up? Catfish in the house too. I got the dream team in here today. First Bobby Durkins, now Catfish from the Volunteer Roadshow. Two of my favorite YouTubers, hands down. And at Volunteer Roadshow, Catfish, you showed up at the exact perfect time. I don't know if you just got on or you heard my rant about the Paul Feinbaum versus Jeremy Pruitt, Aaron Murray fiasco that was going on at SEC Media Days. If you haven't heard about it, go look it up. It basically stems from Aaron Murray making disparaging comments about Jeremy Pruitt, in conjunction with Aaron Murray and Jeremy Pruitt both at Georgia at the same time. And then Paul Feinbaum's reaction to it. Do I talk about football or soccer? Well, OS J5, I'm an American. So there's only one football in America, sir. And it doesn't involve a round ball. It involves an oblong type of ball. You can't stand Feinbaum, blank rider all the way. Yeah, I don't like him either. That reminds me, the whole thing where he was supposedly going to leave the SEC network and go to the Big Ten network, was that not the world's most epic clickbait? First of all, nobody in the Big Ten network wants Paul Feinbaum. He's the biggest hater of the Big Ten in the history of broadcasting. There's no way he would ever take a job there. Yeah, he's a douchebag. I agree. I don't know what the draw to Paul Feinbaum is. I guess they like the aspect of his show where he has crazy callers calling. He's sort of like the, dare I say it, the Howard Stern minus all the filth and actually good content of the college football world. I understand exactly. And that Catfish, you bring up a great point there. Paul Feinbaum is a Tennessee guy, a Tennessee alum, cut his teeth in broadcasting at the University of Tennessee, and he loves Alabama more than he loves Tennessee. And that's a sad, sad, sad situation. If I was a Tennessee fan, I really would not like Paul Feinbaum. He is such a D rider. You're right. Gus Johnson, best announcer ever. One of the best. It's hard to say who's the best. He's certainly one of the best, for sure. Paul Feinbaum is the Bill Nye of college football. I'm not going to say your name, sir. You need to change your name. You make a good point, even though your name is extremely offensive. Extremely. 8 something toes is all I'm going to say. But Bill Nye is a fake scientist, and Paul Feinbaum is a fake college football expert. You are absolutely right, sir. All right, Catfish man, take care. I hope that you didn't kill, what's his name? I never understood why Feinbaum loves Bama so much when he went to Tennessee. I never did either. It's because he loves Nick Saban. Like I said before, he would marry Nick Saban in a heartbeat if he could. I've never seen such a big mark for a coach as Paul Feinbaum is for Nick Saban. Period. End of story. He's a mark. That's what he is. He doesn't even really know how to talk college football. Now, I'm not an X's and O's guy myself. I'm more into the whole feel and fandom of college football than I am X's and O's. But if Paul Feinbaum were to get on the air and pretend like he knew anything about schemes, schematics, spreads, pro styles, anything like that, it would be laughable. Laughable. He knows nothing about college football. If it doesn't involve the crimson and white, he does not know anything about college football. And here's the other thing. If Tennessee ever got back on top, let's say that Nick Saban leaves. Eventually it's going to happen, whether it's 2 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever. Nick Saban's eventually going to leave there. And Tennessee ends up being a national powerhouse again. He's going to jump right back on Tennessee's nuts. Just like that. No questions asked. And he'll leave Alabama right in the dust. All he cares about is who's winning. Doesn't care about schools. Paul Feinbaum does not really analyze anything. He just loves Bama. Bobby Durkins is exactly right. Exactly my point. He doesn't analyze anything. He likes to get people on there on his radio show. And if that's his thing, that's fine. I get it. It gets high ratings, and he's listen, I'm hating on him. He's making millions of dollars doing that. So, he's doing something right? But if you want any objective type of college football analysis, Paul Feinbaum is not your guy. If you want to get there and listen to Phyllis and whoever else scream about a bunch of nonsense, then I guess that's what you want to hear. What do you want to do to people that can pronounce Clemson with a Z? Well, first of all, that's a great question. Anybody that pronounces Clemson with a Z is not a Clemson fan. If they're pretending to be one, then they aren't one. And that's another thing about Paul Feinbaum. He purposely pronounces Clemson with a Z. And the reason he does it is because he's had several callers and people email him and people in person tell him that there is no Z in Clemson. And you actually pronounce it more with a P, Clemson. If you're from the state of South Carolina or an alum or a fan, hardcore fan of Clemson, that's how you pronounce it, Clemson. And now when you hear Paul Feinbaum on the air talking about Clemson in any way, he pronounces a hard Z. He says Clemson. And he does it on purpose. It's because he doesn't want to be told what to do from Clemson fans. It's a blatant sign and show of disrespect from Paul Feinbaum to Clemson fans. That's all it is. Listen to him. Next time you hear him pronounce Clemson, Clemson, I'm saying it like him now. He emphasizes the Z, and he's doing it because he's been told not to do it. And he thinks he's some kind of rebel. If Paul Feinbaum is a rebel in this world, then the world has gone wrong. There's not my 10-year-old son could kick his ass. He's not a rebel at all. He's like one of these cops that are cops simply because they got picked on in high school. Paul Feinbaum is the exact same thing. He got picked on because he never could. Not only could not play a sport, he couldn't play golf. He couldn't play cricket. He couldn't play croquet, lawn bowling, bowling itself. Nothing. Couldn't do any of it. So now he likes to get on there and heckle football players, football coaches, and football fans because he could never do it himself. And there is no Z in Clemson unless you went to the University of South Carolina where they don't know how to use the alphabet correctly. And they're dyslexic, and a Z looks a lot like an S, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. But I don't know if Bobby's still on here, Bobby Durkins. Have you seen any of the ACC Media Days? Tomorrow is when Dabo speaks. Today, it's different than the SEC Media Days. The SEC Media Days is a 4-day drawn-out thing where they have certain coaches come on certain days. And between the coaches coming on, they have just a bunch of filler. People like Paul Feinbaum on there, talking about SEC football. The way the ACC does it, it's only a 2-day event. Today, they had the Coastal coaches speaking, and tomorrow they have the Atlantic coaches speaking. If I can only save one person from drowning, would it be Feinbaum or Kirk Herbstreit? I'd save Kirk Herbstreit anyway. I like Kirk Herbstreit. Easy answer. I'd save Kirk Herbstreit. And then I would instruct Kirk Herbstreit to stick his foot on the head of Paul Feinbaum and push him down further into the ocean. And then throw some chum in there so that the sharks came and ate his carcass. If that answers your question. I'd save anybody. I'd save Will Muschamp over Paul Feinbaum. I'd save Steve Spurrier over Paul Feinbaum. So it's pretty simple. There's not a lot of people I wouldn't save over Paul Feinbaum. Bobby Durkins, have you seen any of the ACC Media Day interviews? I haven't had a chance. I just got home, and literally came and sat down, made myself a lemonade, and came and sat down and turned on live. So I haven't looked online, haven't looked on TV, nothing. I am looking forward to Mark Richt's press conference. Let's see, who else is in the Coastal? What's his name from Virginia Tech? Herbstreit likes the Tigers. You know what? I don't know that I think that Kirk Herbstreit is pretty objective. I think that Kirk Herbstreit respects great football programs because he gives a lot of respect to schools. Justin Fuentes, thank you, Nick Bro. I think that Herbstreit respects great football programs, whether it's Alabama, Clemson, even the West Coast teams when it comes to Washington, certainly Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan. I consider him to be pretty objective. I also really enjoy Herbstreit's game calling ability. I know that a lot of people don't like Herbstreit, but Big Georgia Daddy, that's a hell of a name you got there. How about them dogs? Listen, I think that they are the team to beat in the East, and they don't really have a lot of competition. So, South Carolina could be competition. I'm not a big believer in Jake Bentley or Will Muschamp. So, outside of those two teams, if Florida can get themselves out of the basement and Jeremy Pruitt needs at least 2 or 3 years to rebuild that dumpster fire that's going on in Tennessee, then them dogs don't have a whole lot of competition. I would like to see them dogs win the SEC again, simply because I'm tired of hearing people yap about the West, and I'm not a fan of Alabama or Auburn. I don't dislike Alabama. I do dislike Auburn. I don't dislike Alabama. in the general sense that I hate them and I'm going to wish that they'd lose every game. But they're Alabama. They're sort of the New England Patriots of college football. And the same reason I don't root for the New England Patriots, I'm not going to root for Alabama. So if I had to pick one team from the East that has a chance to win the East and compete for an SEC title, it would be Georgia. Pretty much that simple. What's up, Bulldog? Bulldog, let me ask you, since you're a Georgia fan, what's your thoughts on the Aaron Murray / Paul Feinbaum feud that's going on at the SEC Media Days? How do you feel about that? Now, I'm assuming since you're a Georgia fan, you're an Aaron Murray fan. And so you probably don't like Paul Feinbaum either, like most people that don't live in Tuscaloosa. I don't know. You let me know. But for Paul Feinbaum to come out and just dismiss Aaron Murray and say, who cares? I hope, it might be on YouTube by now. Somebody search it. But what Paul Feinbaum said about Aaron Murray's comments about Jeremy Pruitt is he basically came out and said, no, he didn't basically come out. He did come out and say, who cares what Aaron Murray thinks? But Aaron Murray was a football player in the SEC, sir. He was on the same team as Jeremy Pruitt, sir. Who cares what you think? If I were Aaron Murray, I would kick Paul Feinbaum's ass. I mean, I really would. That's why I couldn't be in the media, because I kick somebody's ass or get my ass kicked trying. I certainly would kick Paul Feinbaum's ass. There's no way he'd even put a scratch on me. Paul Feinbaum is an Alabama groupie fanboy. Yes, he is. Absolutely. Anyone is free to ask you a Big 12 question. Oh, I got a question for you, Air Max. Do you think that Texas has a legitimate shot to dethrone Oklahoma this year in the Big 12? I know my answer to that question is yes. But that's a tough one. Texas is on the rise for sure. The other question I would ask you is, do you think that West Virginia even has a chance? I mean, more than a 30% chance of competing for the Big 12. Aaron Murray is more successful than Paul Feinbaum. I don't know about financially. He's definitely not. Let's see. Big Georgia Day says he went to the Kirby Smart football camp earlier this summer and met Kirby and Elijah Holyfield and Walker. Brett Legg, what school are you a fan of, sir? You're asking me, is this the easiest year for you to win the Natty? What school are you talking about? Clemson. Well, welcome to the stream, sir. And I'm glad that I need more Clemson fans on this channel, to be honest with you. The answer is this the easiest year for us to win the Natty? No, I don't think so. And the reason I say that, yes, we have more talent, top to bottom probably, than we've ever had. But with Kelly Bryant, we're not going to win a Natty. And with Trevor Lawrence, he's still a true freshman. He might be the best quarterback in the ACC, maybe one of the best in the country, no doubt. We don't know that yet, but he still is a true freshman. It's very, very hard to win a national title with a true freshman quarterback. So, just ask Alabama a couple years ago when they had Jalen Hurts. Now, he's not a great quarterback by any means, but they lost to Clemson whenever Hurts was a true freshman. Will Clemson, let's see, Blake Ellis, will be at Clemson opener in 45 days. Awesome. I wish I was going to be there. I'm going to make it to one game this year. I don't know what game it's going to be yet, though. Kelly Bryant will shock y'all. You mean shock us by what? I mean, listen, Kelly Bryant was a starter last year and went to the playoff. So is he going to do better than going to the playoff? The only thing that could shock me is if Kelly Bryant won a natty at this point. Do I think that Lawrence starts at some point this year? Yes. I think Trevor Lawrence will be the starter by week 3, probably. He won't start game 1, I don't think. Who knows? But I think that Trevor Lawrence will definitely start this season, probably early in the season. I just don't know what game that's going to be. I hope it's at Texas A&M week 2. That's what I hope. You went to G-Day, and it's cool to see the Georgia players. Yeah, I'm sure that would be great. I had plans up until the day of the spring game at Clemson to go to the Clemson spring game, and something came up personally, a family thing. I couldn't go. I was extremely disappointed. I was so looking forward to that. Samuel Glasser. Why am I wearing sunglasses inside? You must be new to my channel, sir. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can see. Yes, you can ask a personal question. Go ahead. Kelly Bryant was awful at the spring game. Terrible. Yeah, he was. He really was. He was the 4th best quarterback at the spring game out of a depth chart of 4. So I missed what Bulldog said. If Clemson starts Kelly Bryant in the playoff, they'll definitely won't win the Natty. In my opinion, they should start Trevor. That's the consensus, is that from most Clemson fans out there, is that Kelly Bryant's not the answer. What's up, Crimson and White? How you doing? Can you see the man boobs? Sir, I don't even know how to respond to that. Brian Knight, I agree. Lawrence should be the starter of the 3rd game. Stout and Watson, 2. I think that Lawrence should be the starter of week 2. Ma'am. So Samuel Glasser is a ma'am and not a man? I said man, not ma'am, I think. I don't even know what you're getting at. No, you're not seeing my man boobs. I don't even have man boobs. Have you seen me, sir? I'm 6 foot and I weigh 170 pounds. I don't have man boobs. What's going on here? What are we talking about here? And the person named Samuel Glasser asked me why I wear glasses, and your name is Glasser. I don't even know what's going on with that. Let's see here. Crimson and White is the only real Bama fan you've seen on YouTube. There's a lot of bandwagon fans out there. Do I want to be your BFF? No, I don't. I don't know you. So in order for me to be your best friend forever, we would have to know each other, I think, for that to happen. The NFL is dead. No, the NFL is not dead. The NFL is still a really good product. It doesn't stack up to college football, in my opinion, but there's a lot of people out there who much prefer the NFL than college football. It's a thing of choice. What do I predict the ACC championship game this season? I think it'll be the same as last year. I think it'll be Miami and Clemson, more than likely, but I wouldn't put Virginia Tech out of the conversation. The NBA is dead. Yes, the NBA is terrible. I will not watch it anymore except for the playoffs or if the Lakers make it to the championship, just for the nostalgia of it. Virginia Tech versus Clemson championship, calling it now. That's not a bad prediction, Bulldog. And Air Max. I would actually, I would give Virginia Tech about a 40% chance of making it to the ACC championship. Why is the NBA dead? Because there's 2 or 3 teams, really 2, in the whole league that have a chance to make it to the NBA Finals and win it. And this is the difference. People say, "Oh, well, the NFL, you have the Patriots." There has been 9 different Super Bowl champions in the past 10 years. Despite the fact that how many times that New England's been to the Super Bowl, there's been 9 different teams in 10 years win the Super Bowl. The NBA is nothing compared to that. If you are a fan of any team not named Houston, LA, Golden State, you have zero chance, zero, of your team winning a NBA Finals championship this next year, period. So the NFL needs to change the way they do something, or the NBA, I mean. I don't know what they need to change. I don't care. But they need to change something. Sorry if I missed some of those comments. I was going on a rant. I'm missing a piece of my mustache. Yeah, the hair doesn't grow there. You seem to be awfully engulfed with my man boobs and my mustache. You're a weird dude, Samuel. I don't know what else to say. You see, Big Georgia Daddy's a Hawks fan. You know what? I'm a Hawks fan too. If I had to choose one NBA team, it would be the Atlanta Hawks. I was a huge Atlanta Hawks fan when I was a kid. Dominique Wilkins years. You're a girl, and you're Samantha. Then why is Samantha, do you identify as a girl or are you actually a girl? That's what I want to know. And I'm not a bully. You're a troll. You're a troll trying to troll a troll, and a troll can't troll a troll unless a troll is a real troll. Say that 3 times fast. Can Ohio State beat Clemson this season? Yeah. I mean, they've never beat Clemson, but Ohio State has as much talent as anybody else. You have a vajayjay, but it's a bit loose, but it's still a vajayjay. Oh, boy. I don't even know where to go with that. I'm not going to ban him yet. If he gets crazy. Samuel Glasser. You know what? I'm actually flattered that you would ask me to make you a mod, because nobody's asked me that yet. I know how to make somebody a mod. I don't really have a need for one yet. I definitely will have mods during the college football season, because I'll need them then. But I'm not going to make you a mod when you're just trolling me about man boobs and vajayjays. Sorry, that's not going to happen. So, Ryan Stanfield, 5-star caller. You're a 5-star caller on the Uncle Luce show, sir. But not on the Pigskin Pete channel yet. You might be one day, but as of right now, sir, you are a 5-star viewer. See you, Bobby Durkins. Thank you for the kudos on the Orgeron video. I just got my voice back from doing that. You would ask, but you don't want to make me mad about what? Why would you make me mad? What would you make me mad? There's nothing that you could ever say to me that would make me mad. Oh, mod. Yeah, Bulldog, you would definitely be a mod. When it comes time for me to make mods, there's no reason for me right now to make mods. As of right now, when the season starts, I don't have enough people on my live streams yet, because I've just really started live streaming here in the past week or so. When I build more of a following as far as live stream viewers go, I will need mods, and I certainly I have the memory of an elephant. I know who my loyal viewers are, commenters, etc., and I will make my mods accordingly for sure. Ryan Stanfield says, "How old are you, Pigskin Pete?" I am 37. Wait, am I 38 or 37? I'll be 38 in October. I'm 37. And Nick Saban's doing media day right now. Yeah, I do see that. My TV's on right here. And as soon as I get off this stream, I will rewatch that. So, my birthday is October 3rd, 1980. So that makes me 37, right? Once you get past 30, you stop counting birthdays. I literally don't remember exactly how old I am unless I really, really think about it. Alabama 11-1 lost to LSU. I think that Alabama is not going to lose to LSU. I think they're more likely to lose to Auburn or even Mississippi State, for that matter, than they are LSU. Let's see, October. We got a couple of October birthdays in here. Big Georgia Daddy, October 15th. Ryan Stanfield, October 24th. October is the greatest month of the year for a lot of reasons. The weather's the best. It's the fall, which is the best season out of all 4 seasons. And it's the beginning of college football, or right in the beginning. September 4th, Air Max. September's not a bad one either. My oldest son was born in September. Hey, you were born in my year, and my team last won the Natty. Crimson and White says that he thinks that Alabama's going to go 12-0. And what did you just say? Lose? Either beat or lose UGA in the SEC championship. I don't think that Alabama's going to go 12-0. I mean, I don't think. Well, first of all, I wouldn't put money on anybody going 12-0. So I'm not going to pick that. I think they'll go 11-1, and they'll either lose to Auburn or Mississippi State. That's my prediction. That's my bold prediction for Alabama. Let's see. Sorry, but September is the best. It's the real beginning of college football season. You're right. It is the beginning of college football season, but it's still hot in September. I hate the summer. I hate the heat. I like cool weather. I like the leaves changing. I like the feeling of fall coming on, and that does not happen in September, sir. It happens in October. Let's see. We play Mississippi State at home. I think we'll get that one. I mean, listen, Alabama's going to be favored in every game they play this year. It's not a question of whether or not they're going to win this game or that game. They should win every game they have, the same way that Clemson should win every game they have. But they're going to drop one. I think Clemson's going to drop one too. I think either to NC State or Florida State, Clemson will lose one of those 2 games. I don't know who. I hope they don't lose any. But if I had to predict right now, they would either lose to NC State or Florida State based on talent and coaching. Is there a team that could be a surprise pick for college football Final Four this season? If that's even possible. The only surprise pick, I'm assuming by surprise pick, you're saying a team that hasn't been in it or anybody even has on their radar. What's up, China Lynn? My pick for a surprise pick would be Penn State would not be. Athletic Dash Hole says Penn State. I don't think that's a surprise pick. If Penn State wins the Big Ten, that wouldn't be surprising at all. It would be a West Coast team, a Pac-12 team more than anything, or even possibly a Big 12 team that's not named Oklahoma. So, surprise pick would be somebody like Washington State, which I don't think has a chance, or even a Michigan State out of the Big Ten, maybe a Texas out of the Big 12. Or a Notre Dame. Air Max makes a good point there. Notre Dame would be another surprise pick. I don't think Notre Dame has a shot. I think Notre Dame should join a conference. They're not going to. Who cares? F Notre Dame. That's all I have to say about them. I'm so sick of Notre Dame. I don't even talk a lot about Notre Dame for that reason. I'm just so sick of them. I'm so sick of their being on their high horse with not joining a conference. Makes no sense. Zero, zip, zilch. No sense at all. I'm assuming the crying Irish. I'm assuming Ryan Stanfield is watching the press conference right now. China Lynn, are you a Michigan State fan? Notre Dame will be fired up after their Michigan loss and win 11 straight. No, Notre Dame's not winning 11 straight games. When's the last time? Name the year. This is the Jeopardy question of the day. Do 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 do. When's the last time that Notre Dame won 11 straight games? Let's see, 2012. You know what? I think you're right. Air Max, the prize goes to you. Definitely 2012. I think it is 2012. I'll have to check on that, but I'm pretty sure you're right. China Lynn, she is a Lansing girl, apparently. Well, China Lynn, this might not be much of a consolation prize to you, ma'am, but I hate Michigan, the Wolverines, not the state. And so I hope Michigan State beats Michigan 50-0. That's what I hope. Haven't been good since Rudy. Exactly. Haven't been good since Rudy is right. Right on, sir. Where did I put my poop emoji cup? There it is. Michigan is... Oh, no. I'm trying to keep my blood pressure down today, sir. Even bringing up Michigan, it sets off something in my mind where I just want to break stuff. I hate Michigan so bad. My two new favorite teams to hate with a passion are Michigan and Texas A&M. Michigan because of their fans, Texas A&M because of Jimbo Fisher. And, of course, I'm always going to hate South Carolina. Georgia versus Bama 2012 is a real natty, let's be honest. Yeah, I guess it was. Notre Dame got absolutely obliterated that year, and it wasn't even close. Yeah. So I'm glad to have first of all, a female on here. Not a lot of women watch Pigskin Pete, and that's a shame and a travesty, and that really needs to change. Really needs to change. What about Texas? Do I hate them? No, I don't hate Texas. I don't have a reason to hate Texas because they haven't really been relevant recently, and they're not. They're not in the SEC. Here's the hierarchy of Pigskin Pete hate. It goes anybody named the University of South Carolina Gamecocks at the top of the list. Then it goes SEC teams for the most part. Because if you're an ACC guy like me, it's only natural to hate SEC teams. From there, it goes former coaches from the ACC who went to the SEC, like Jimbo Fisher. Tampa Bay Bucks. Oh, China Lynn. We were going so good there in the beginning. We both hated Michigan, and now the Bucks. This relationship between me and you is going downhill pretty quickly. I'm a Panther fan, so I definitely hate the Bucks. Anyway, the hierarchy of hate. Anybody from the Big Ten, I hate. That unless you are a rival of either Ohio State or Michigan. It's getting very convoluted now, I know. And everybody on the West Coast I hate, so don't even ask. If you're a West Coast team, kick rocks. Except for on the Pigskin Pete channel. You're welcome here, but on Saturdays, on the gridiron, kick rocks. Let's see, you hate Notre Dame, Florida, and Missouri. That's a hell of a weird combination you got going there. What's up, 19 Savage? Air Max is I do like the Texans in the AFC because of Deshaun Watson. The Falcons. You see this? As far as the NFL, this is the only color you need to know about right here. Carolina blue. And who do I like what? Who do I like as far as NFL? The Panthers. Diehard Panthers fan. You hate anything orange and blue, purple and yellow, red and black. Well, orange is Clemson. Blue is the Panthers. So other than the fact that you are a great guy, Ryan Stanfield, we don't have a whole lot of common as far as who we love in football, do we, sir? Packers and Broncos. I hate the Broncos because they beat Carolina in the Super Bowl a few years ago. And I guess I don't hate the Packers. I don't really like them, but Notre Dame because of South Bend, Florida U. Missouri's just gay. How many games? Now we're getting a good question here. Athletic Dazhole asks, how many games will the Browns win this season? I think the Browns will win 7 games. And let's see, that would be 6 more games than they've won in the past 2 years combined. So I say 7. I do like the Browns, actually. I like the underdogs in that situation. And I am a Baker Mayfield fan, despite the fact that I'm not an Oklahoma fan. I do like Baker Mayfield, and I do hope that he succeeds. I'm being nice to giving the Browns 7 games. No, I think they'll win 7 games. Have you seen their roster, Ryan? The Browns are on the way up. Now, are they going to start winning Super Bowls here in the next year or two? No, they're not going to do that. But they're not going to. They're not a 1 or 2 win team. They're going to compete, especially in that division. Look at the division they're in. The Bengals are absolutely dumpster juice. Okay, the Ravens are horrible. Who else is in that division? I'm not thinking of. They'll win 6 or 7 games easy. So, China Lynn, I think you might be trolling Pete. I'm not even sure that you're actually a woman. And thank God it's on the internet and not in person, because I would definitely hate to be fooled by someone not actually being a woman in real life than on a live stream. That would be a really bad situation. I might not even come back from that, actually. But anyway, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have to end this stream. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this Nick Saban interview so I can get some content. And plus, I have something else I have to do. What do I think about graduating in college and then transferring? If you want, a graduate transfer should be. If you graduated from universities, there should be absolutely no stipulations on where you go. Graduate transfers are graduate transfers. Once you graduate from the school, you have no obligation to them whatsoever. I don't want it to get to a situation where you can just transfer if you're an undergraduate and transfer anywhere you want and not have to sit out a year, because there'll be people there will be no school out there that has a backup quarterback that's worth a crap. They would just transfer to any school. I like the way it is right now. That's the bottom line. So anyway, I got to go because I got something to do, and when I get done doing it, I want to watch this Nick Saban interview. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in. This was great. I really had a lot of fun on this stream. And thank you to all the new people that have hopped on here. Hit the subscribe button, please. And hit the like button, too. Because, I mean, a lot of you like it, but you're not hitting the like button. All you got to do is press the like button. It's so easy. It's right there. It looks like this. I would really appreciate it. I will see you guys soon. Have a great day. Much love. Pigskin Pete checking out.